shape. This is massive. What a beautiful day here in New Jersey. The Garden State is about to be the Smoky State because this is round 4 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. You can see as we make our way over what I call the Crazy 8, the Figure 8 track, 3 outside zones, 1 inside clip, all contributing to the gauntlet. We've made our way from Long Beach.
Your winner, Matt the Beast from the Bay, Field!
On to Atlanta. Fucking Junior! Orlando.
Chelsea DeNofa gets the win!
Here we are in Jersey. When we give that carbon fiber trophy away, that'll officially be the halfway point through our 8-stock championship. Coming into this round, after 3 previous rounds, Fredric Aasbo, the back-to-back champion, joins alumni of being another 3-time champion alongside James Dean and Chris Forsberg, leads the points. But as we know, anything can happen here at E-Town.
We're back in New Jersey, and I've had a lot of fun here before. This track is pretty iconic. Englishtown, a lot of lefty drivers got their humble beginnings here. They all started here. Von Gittin Jr., Chris Forsberg, Ryan Tuerck started his career here.
Dipping in, look at that big snap into that final outer zone.
New Jersey always feels like a homecoming. My first event I ever drove in my first drift car was here at Englishtown. So it's just like this place has been something pretty significant all through my childhood and into my adult life. It's been a motorsport playground for me, which is pretty sweet.
Right now, it's the K&N knockout qualifying.
The X Factor has actually helped my qualification quite a bit. I feel like in qualifying, I always try to drive with as much 100% throttle as possible without trying to lift too often. And I think that, along with just how I can still manage to run a good line, has really helped.
Ryan Tuerck needs a victory. You know, a lot of eyeballs on him coming to this season. He's got the making of a championship. It's just certain factors.
Ryan's on the team because he's a hard worker. He has a dedication similar to the rest of us where he really wants to win and really wants to do well and wants to go compete and wants to go test and sit in the super hot car day after day. Him having a good attitude makes all of the time that we're not driving enjoyable. Just like it's the best combination.
92. Now we go down to Fredric, the Norwegian Hammer. Aasbo, defending back-to-back and now 3-time champion.
Freddie's on the team because he shares a similar passion to us for going to the track and competing, and then he's able to put it together.
Fredric Aasbo!
Fredric has really changed as a driver over the years. He's always been super passionate and extremely dedicated to drift and competition. But initially he was really trying to push the boundaries of his driving and the sport. But the challenge is that wasn't getting the best competition results. Fredric has changed a bit more into this Iceman and not making mistakes. So if I was to sum up Fredric, it's completely dedicated to win, but he'd make sure that it's not the expense of having fun or the enjoyment of him coming to the track.
It's great being the points leader, but it doesn't mean that much or make me look at what I'm doing any different, because we all know that it's a long season. All these other guys are right there with us, only a few points behind. If you start resting on your laurels and you start celebrating being the points leader, you're not doing what you need to do to become a champion.
All right, so can Fredric Aasbo knock off his Toyota Rockstar Nitto teammate off the #1 spot. Here goes Aasbo, big yank of the brake. He slides right into that first outside zone, coming to the second outside zone. He's, again, your defending and now 3-time FD champion here at E-Town. Dropping the hammer in that final outside zone. Is this enough? But 92 is what Ryan Tuerck's got. Gets aggressive. Look at that wheel speed, man. I mean, absolutely burning him.
Good job, Freddie. That was a good run. I'll get back to you with the score.
92 is the score to beat.
All right, qualified number 1 with a 94, 94. Ryan Tuerck qualified second with a 92. No one else in the 90s. Yeah.
You!
Say hi, Roman. Say hi, Roman. Are you sharing? Thank you. I'd say that having my son here for his first event is pretty special. Seeing me do what I do for the first time, really, in a professional environment, and the car that I drive that he sees on the live stream when he watches with Shannon at home, that was pretty special.
You want to be in the driver's seat, right?
I remember coming one of the laps after practice, I came in to the pit and Shannon had him there with his headphones on and he's just waving at me coming back into the pit. So it's pretty cool when I drove by and I'm just waving at my son, waving at me.
Roman came down for opening ceremonies.
The gentleman from New Hampshire, he started out here, and look at that, he's got his wife, he's got his son here in the building for their first ever FD round, Ryan Tuerck!
It makes it more of what I grew up around Englishtown, you know, traveling here as a kid with my family and brothers and all of that, and now we're still doing it over 20 years later. You know, I've been coming here for literally 30 plus years, which is seriously wild.
So Ryan Tuerck coming into this round of competition as far as points, he's sitting in 10th.
Roland's tandem, kind of feeling really good and confident that your setup on the car is good, and I hope that you can kind of just keep the ball rolling, you know?
Taking a look at Mohan, he's all the way down there in 35th, but would love to play spoiler here.
I feel like I have progressed from last season, and my skills have gotten better, but also everybody else has gotten better too.
Ryan Tuerck gets a clean air in that Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla. Nitto tires, uses all the course, uses that edge. Really good precision driving by Ryan Tuerck, filling all that outside zone. I mean, that was masterclass right there.
Look good for me. How do you feel?
Yeah, car feels good, but I couldn't get the angle setting out or two like I wanted. The rest of it felt pretty good though.
My spotter, Brian, and I, after the lead lap, he just says, okay, great lead lap if you had a great lead lap, or if you don't have a good lead lap, he just doesn't say anything about it and moves straight into the strategy for your chase lap.
Let's see what we got. Kyle Mohan, the menace, out front.
That's what I fall back on, is knowing that I have been able to step it up personally and behind the wheel.
Ryan Tuerck gets the win and advances on into the 16.
Nice job, everybody. Those 32s, man.
You can see the wind is blowing, also a little bit of drizzle. These guys have had dry practice up until this point. Just a significant raindrops are coming down, so that changes the dynamics of what they did earlier. So we call these sight laps. We give them a little quick turn and burn of the course.
It started raining just before, of course, no practice in the wet, and I knew it would make it tougher for us.
Here we go, our top 32. Fredric, Aasbo, our #1 qualifier, going against Ken Gucci.
This year we have a judging format that rewards aggression and sort of Hail Mary runs.
Fredric Aasbo, your defending back-to-back champion, also 3-time champion as well.
I'm here to try and do well. It's what I think is fun. I think it's fun to win. I think it's fun to do well. So that's all I really know. The car is not the limiting factor now. It's really for me to stay on top of my driving skills. All of those things, we really have all the tools that we need.
Again, a little bit of moisture on track, slowing things down. Freddie gets out of shape. That is a huge blow and shock to the system. I mean, this is absolutely massive. That could be deemed an incomplete.
Lining back up for Chase, I was very, very focused on not letting him go around that turn 2. And it was just a perfect storm.
This is huge right here. Fredric, Aasbo, Ken Gucci, and look at this. Ken Gucci takes down our defending champion and our current points leader in the 32. This is huge.
Yes, it is.
So I made a poor decision going into turn 2 in my chase and tapped his front tire, and Ken kept going while I straightened out. Not the best day at the office, but we'll take this on the chin and move on.
It's the best and the worst in one weekend. Qualified first, lost immediately, top 32. The fact of the matter is we lost out on a lot of points right there.
Freddie's one of those guys that he's super dedicated and he's totally focused, but at the same time, if he doesn't have that in tune that weekend, he's just sort of off and it doesn't work out well.
So after all that, I went up to watch the rest of the Rockstar and Toyota crew and just got back in a better mindset. It's always fun to watch drifting. I remember specifically watching one of the battles. I was like, holy hell, these cars are fast. I never get to watch them from the sideline, at least not that often, and I really hope it'll be a long time till I get to watch them again.
Strategy coming into Jersey this year is really just to try to dial up the car setup that we left off with last year. We're trying to steer it in the right direction.
Ryan Tuerck and Brandon Sorensen. If you can recall last year, Brandon aggressive into the side of Ryan Tuerck. Oh, buddy, oh my goodness. That was a big hit.
Last year in New Jersey, Brandon Sorensen and I had a pretty big crash where he transitioned with too much speed and then pushed us both into the wall. I had nowhere to go. And besides ringing my bell pretty good, I was okay. Just sat down a trailer hopefully and was hoping that the boys could get the car back together, but it was just too much damage, just too little time. You can't let those crashes or anything like that define you. If that's in the back of your head, then you're never gonna drive the same as you did. So those situations you just move on from and don't let it bother you. And I didn't think about it even once coming into Jersey this year. And lo and behold, we battled each other again in top 16.
All right, so we are halfway through our top 16. Here we are again with Ryan Tuerck and Brandon Sorensen.
I mean, we're the underdogs at this point, trying to come from behind. I wouldn't say there's less pressure on that, but it's a different feeling and mindset coming into the round. So obviously the goal is to win everybody. I want to beat every single person out there.
Ryan Tuerck using all the course.
Gets in nice and early, goes about midline all the way through.
It could have been cleaner, but everything felt awesome. Car at the hook. Here we go, boys.
For my chase lap, I was able to stick with them pretty good, apply some good proximity pressure, and they're clean.
Oh boy, almost gets into the door.
If this is what we're going to be getting for the top 16, imagine what it's going to be like in the Grade 8 and Final 4. It's a great showing here by both competitors.
Ryan Tuerck gets the win, and it is unanimous. But next stop, three-time champ, James the Machine Dean.
James Dean. He's a tough bastard to beat. He's phenomenal. He's like a robot. He's always running good lines.
You know he's going to throw it down.
And he chases you like an absolute freaking madman.
Here we go.
It's like he's always driving at 10 tenths. Always.
You can see dialing it in.
James is as close to drifting royalty as you're gonna get. He's won an insane amount of championships. He's obviously a 3-time back-to-back champion here in FD. He is one that enjoys a lot of respect in this paddock and one that everybody wants to beat.
So I'll go into that battle with James. You know, first time I battled him in a long time, and also first time battling him in that Mustang.
It's just so different. Yeah. They look so much different than any car in the sport.
He's such a good guy. We were chatting before the battle even started, which was cool. It's always really low key with him. And then you just go to war.
Ryan Tuerck, he wants this. His Rockstar teammate out at 32, Fredric Aasbo. Ryan Tuerck currently 10th in points coming into this round of competition. E-Town, essentially his home track. The machine is back. James the Machine Dean, 3-time champion. Good battle here, Ryan Tuerck versus James Dean. Those sparks just keep flying on James Dean, snapping it into that first outside zone. Ryan Tuerck, that Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla. Whoa, buddy.
My lead lap that I had was okay. I did drop a tire and picked up the front wheel quite a bit, so I had a couple little mistakes that wasn't great, which really sucked because I knew we were going to be up against it at that point.
James Dean is not able to be shaken at all, keeps the pressure on.
So Ryan Tuerck exceeding that line and exceeding the course, getting into the dirt. So Ryan Tuerck will be chasing down the 3-time champ. So here we go. James Dean out front, that AutoZone. RTR Spec 5 FD, the 3-time champ, the machine.
I knew how to drive 10/10s on the chase lap.
Goes into that first outside zone, fills all of it.
I went out there, botched the entry pretty bad, but was able to catch back up to him on the transfer to outer 2. In an outer 2, I hit him.
As Ryan Tuerck goes wheel to wheel. They bang doors, they bang back wheels.
It really didn't waver him. He stood strong and just jammed back through the course.
James Dean and Ryan Tuerck. Oh, and looks like, was there contact there?
Did Ryan hit him? Did Ryan hit him, John?
Holy cow, yeah, look at that. That bumper falling off.
Such a risky move there from Ryan Tuerck. Towards the end of the run, it does look like Tuerck hit James Dean and spun him out across the finish line.
The bumping of the car, it doesn't put him offline, you know what I mean?
So Ryan Tuerck, the Lone Star Rockstar, looks like he has knocked out. His night is done. James Dean advances on.
Can't get past the barrier, damn it.
I feel like we got beat on just some little tiny minutia BS. Otherwise, we had the car. I was feeling phenomenal. The team was great. And we were rocking and rolling. Like, there's no reason why we couldn't have stepped on top of the podium.
I know, I got all your toys.
It was definitely a lot easier to come off of a bummer loss in the top 8 to see Roman and Shannon and the rest of my family that were down there, you know? So it took the sting off for that night anyways.
It is Adam LZ.
Adam, he's a great driver that just up until this point hadn't really shown what he's capable of.
Big initiation from Adam LZ, Chelsea Nova dropping the formation. Now that's, oh, we got rubber on rubber, ditto on ditto crime.
For us, it was great that he knocked out a lot of the heavy hitters.
Adam LZ gets the victory. Adam LZ, James Dean, RTR. An RTR vehicle will win! Holy cow!
Coming into the season, I want to do well. I now have one of the best cars in Formula Drift. I've still got some figuring out to do with it, but you know, I want to be on that podium, and I want to be on that podium more than once.
Unbelievable. Moving on is Adam LZ. LZ gets the win.
Simon is definitely a part of the new breed of drift drivers. He's obviously a Norwegian, and I've tried to mentor him a little bit here and there. He's at the point now where he definitely doesn't need any more of that.
In that first outside zone, look at that dragging that back bumper. Man, he is making it look really easy.
Yeah, I was very happy with that battle. I think I was screaming all the way back to the pits after that.
Simon Olsen, you can see him jumping to the side.
I mean, look at that. That is absurd.
Simon Olsen gets the win, is going to the finals. Simon Olsen shoots down into that first outside zone. Big, nasty entry by Adam LZ.
For me, like the more I drive, the better I feel, and every battle, it just got more and more fun. And by the end, I'm like, man, let's go one more time. This is so good.
Adam LZ gives it a formation, drops that back bumper. Huge angle from LZ. Into that last outside zone 3, LZ throws it in. A good transition. Adam LZ gets the win for the RTR Camp, 3 in a row for RTR. Simon Olsen gets second place in the field suspension S chassis.
I mean, dude, winning an FD event is so friggin' hard. You know, it's a huge accomplishment for any driver, and LZ being, I think this is 4th season in a sport, in FD at this level, and he got a win. It's crazy. He had a great weekend.
I remember after our loss, Steph and I had a little download, and he said, it's almost like you care too much sometimes. And that really stuck with me, and I think he's right. Behind all that is him knowing that when you're a little calmer, when you're a little more relaxed, you tend to do better. When we get it right, we are hard to beat. It's just getting everything right. And if one component of this whole spectacle doesn't work or fails, the whole thing falls apart.
Motivation is easy for me. Just kind of move on to the next round and put your best foot forward and learn from, you know, the mistakes. As far as championship, I mean, I don't know. If you get one win, it can turn everything around. You're right back up in the points chase. So that's really what needs to happen for us.
We're at St. Louis, baby.
It's about to get lit, as the kids say.
Battles here are going to be tough.
That was almost perfect. Bang, right there. And he drops the tire and he loops it.